Every man suffers. Some suffer in silence, some suffer in chaos, some suffer and let it break them. But the Stoic? He learns to suffer well, not because he enjoys pain, but because he understands what pain can do for him, if he learns to respect it, if he uses it as fuel, if he stops trying to escape it and instead says, "Good, let this shape me, let this sharpen me, let this make me unshakable." Pain isn't optional, but how you suffer, that's a choice. And the Stoic chooses to suffer like a man on a mission. 1. Pain is inevitable. Weakness is optional. Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Pain comes for everyone. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't check your schedule. It kicks in the door and says, "Let's see what you're made of." But here's what Stoicism teaches. You don't get to avoid pain, but you do get to decide whether it turns you into something weaker or stronger. Most men waste their suffering. They numb it, complain about it, blame others for it. But the Stoic man sees it as a training ground. He doesn't collapse, he sharpens. Why this matters? The world is not fair and it never will be. Waiting for life to be easy is a trap. The man who accepts pain as part of the path becomes invincible. How to apply it? Stop asking, "Why me?" Start asking, "What is this building in me?" Don't label pain as unfair. Label it as useful. Remember, weakness comes from how you handle pain, not pain itself. Reminder, every man suffers, not every man uses it. 2. Don't hide from pain. Face it, feel it, harness it. Modern culture teaches men to hide their pain, to bury it, to smile and fake it. But hiding pain doesn't make you strong, it makes you sick. Epictetus taught, it's not things that upset us, but our judgment about them. Pain is not the enemy. Running from it is, because pain, if faced honestly, becomes clarity. It shows you what matters, what you've outgrown, what's false, what needs to change. When you numb pain, you miss its message. But when you face it, you take the first step to becoming dangerous in the right way. Why this matters? Suppressed pain turns into self-destruction. Facing pain leads to growth, clarity, and recalibration. Pain faced with courage becomes strength that can't be faked. How to apply it? Sit with your pain, no distractions, no justifications, just feel it. Journal what the pain is trying to reveal, not what you want to hear. Accept that discomfort is part of transformation. You don't have to like it, just use it. Reminder, pain ignored multiplies. Pain confronted transforms. 3. Transform suffering into discipline. Pain offers 2 paths, escape or evolution. The Stoic chooses evolution. He channels his pain into something productive. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Pain isn't a block to discipline, it is the fuel. Lost someone? Train harder. Facing failure, lock in your habits. Broke and alone, master your schedule like a monk. Why? Because when everything hurts and you still show up, you're forging a kind of self-trust no one can ever take from you. Why this matters? Discipline converts emotional chaos into forward motion. Pain without structure breaks men. Pain with structure builds them. A disciplined response to suffering becomes your legacy. How to apply it? Pick one daily action you'll do no matter what, especially on hard days. Create a suffering routine you fall into when life hurts. Walk, lift, write, build. Let the pain remind you, this is when the work matters most. Reminder, discipline in suffering is the highest form of self-respect. 4. Let pain reveal who you are. Everyone's a good man when things are good, but pain strips away the mask, and that's where you find the truth. Seneca wrote, "Fire tests gold. Adversity tests brave men." When you suffer, you find out, do you panic or plan? Do you numb or adapt? Do you complain or endure? Pain is a mirror, not to shame you, but to show you what's real. And once you know what you're made of, you can start forging what's still missing. Why this matters? Pain reveals what comfort conceals. Knowing yourself under stress is essential to growing past your limits. Honest suffering gives you feedback nothing else can provide. How to apply it? Reflect during pain, not just after. Ask, what am I learning about myself? Watch your behavior in crisis, that's your real character. Use what's revealed, not to judge yourself, but to grow deliberately. Reminder, pain reveals, but it also refines, if you let it. 5. Choose meaning over misery. When suffering hits, most men default to misery. They get bitter, hopeless. They decide life is against them. But the Stoic man knows meaning is the only medicine that works long term. Viktor Frankl, though not a Stoic, said it best: if there is meaning in life at all, then there must be meaning in suffering. The pain doesn't need to be cosmic. You don't need to justify it with fate or karma, but you do need to assign meaning to it. You do need to say, this will not be wasted, this will build me, this will serve someone one day, even if that someone is just me. When you give suffering a purpose, it becomes fuel, and fuel burns forward. Why this matters? Misery is a black hole, meaning is a launch pad. You can't always control the pain, but you can control what you do with it. The most powerful men don't avoid suffering, they redeem it. How to apply it? Define a reason for your suffering. I will use this pain to... Think long term. What story do you want to tell about how you handled this? Convert your suffering into service, mentor someone, write, build, teach. Reminder, pain is not the enemy. Wasted pain is. 6. Don't compare wounds. Compete in recovery. In today's culture, pain often becomes a competition. Who suffered more? Who has it worse? But the Stoic doesn't compete in wounds. He competes in recovery. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. It doesn't matter who had it harder. What matters is who got back up, who rebuilt, who turned suffering into structure. The man with steel in his soul doesn't wave his pain like a flag. He turns it into quiet strength and lets others wonder how he's still standing. Why this matters? Competing in pain encourages victimhood, not virtue. Comparing trauma robs you of personal responsibility. Greatness is not based on how much you suffered, it's based on how well you rose. How to apply it? Stop talking about the pain, start training through it. Redirect every comparison into action. How can I rise better than yesterday? Focus not on the wound, but on the wisdom it's producing. Reminder, you don't need to win the pain Olympics, you need to win your comeback. 7. Harden the spirit, not the heart. Pain tempts men to close off emotionally, to become cold, cynical, unreachable. But that's not strength, it's rot. Marcus Aurelius warned, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You don't overcome pain by becoming bitter, you overcome it by becoming bigger, wiser, kinder, clearer, more grounded than ever. The Stoic does not deaden his heart, he sharpens his spirit. He stays open, present, capable of compassion without sacrificing boundaries, capable of mercy without tolerating weakness. Why this matters? Bitterness is delayed defeat. Emotional shutdown is not resilience, it's resignation. True strength is staying warm-hearted but unshakable. How to apply it? Journal about what the pain is teaching you, not what it's taking from you. Refuse to let suffering turn you into the person who caused your pain. Keep your standards high and your heart open, but with boundaries carved in steel. Reminder, let pain deepen your wisdom, not harden your soul. 8. Stay present, don't suffer twice. Most men suffer in two places, what happened before and what might happen next. They replay past pain, they anticipate future disaster, and they miss the only place strength can be forged, now. Seneca wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The Stoic doesn't live in what-ifs. He lives in what is. He stays rooted, focused, grounded, even if it hurts, even if he's unsure, because the present is where power lives, and he refuses to waste it. Why this matters? You can't heal in the past or conquer the future. Regret and anxiety double your pain without adding strength. Presence allows precision, and precision is power. How to apply it? When caught in thought loops, anchor to your body. Breath, sensation, movement. Use the Stoic pause. Am I in the now or drifting into fiction? Set small present-centered targets. What must be done in this hour? Reminder, don't suffer twice, suffer once and make it count. 9. Build a legacy from the ashes. Most men try to move on from pain, but the Stoic moves through it, then uses it as material. Everything you're enduring can become part of a legacy, a code you pass down, a story you tell, a strength others feel when they stand next to you. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." If you're suffering, ask, how can this become something that outlives me? How can I turn this mess into a mission? Because when you start building from the pain, you stop being its prisoner, and you start becoming its architect. Why this matters? Meaning gives pain endurance. Men who build legacy from pain transform suffering into something sacred. Your strength in hardship becomes someone else's foundation. How to apply it? Write down what you want your future self or son to know from this trial. Create from the pain. A business, a book, a new identity. View your current struggle as a blueprint for someone else's survival. Reminder, the pain didn't just happen to you, it happened for someone you're going to lead. 10. Return to the fight, even when you're tired of fighting. There comes a point in every man's suffering when he doesn't want to rise anymore, when the idea of another day, another effort, another test feels unbearable. That's when most quit. They drift, they numb, they settle, but the Stoic returns. He returns to the fight not because it's easy, but because it's right, because he made a promise to himself, because the mission isn't over, because pain is not permission to stop, it's the reason to sharpen. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So return, stand up again, re-enter the battle quietly, firmly, faithfully, because the man who can keep showing up even when it hurts is the man who cannot be stopped. Why this matters? The decision to continue is where transformation lives. Strength isn't proven when you win. It's proven when you refuse to surrender. Coming back again and again builds a reputation with yourself you can't fake. How to apply it? Don't wait to feel ready. Act broken. Act unsure. Just act. Make a vow, no matter how long it takes, I'll rise as many times as I need to. Let pain be the test that proves your word is unbreakable. Reminder, you don't need to win today, you just need to return today. Final reflection, let the fire forge you. You didn't choose the pain, you didn't ask for the loss, you didn't expect the betrayal, the failure, the burden. But here it is, and now you choose what to do with it. You can curse the fire, or you can enter it with purpose. Let it melt the falsehood. Let it burn off the weakness. Let it expose the shape of who you truly are. Suffering does not make you less. Handled well, it makes you limitless, not because the pain goes away, but because the man it leaves behind is focused, is refined, is unshakable. That man is you. Suffer well,